Welcome to the another new episode of r/entitled parents. Let's start with today's first news story posted by See You Later. Entitled Mother got mad at the zoo because my boyfriend refused to fake kidnapping her kid. Yes, it is as wild as the title sounds. Me and my boyfriend were at the zoo enjoying our day as we have some very rare sunshine in England. It was packed with screaming kids and we were standing at the lion cage and there was a kid screaming because no one could see the lions and the kids. I'm guessing mother turned around and said to the child, "If you don't stop crying, that scary bad man next to you is going to kidnap you and take you away and you will never see anyone you love again like." I overheard this and started laughing because I was so confused. My boyfriend just ignored it and then the woman tapped him and said, "Go on, tell her that you will take her away if she doesn't stop crying." When my boyfriend said, "No," she got mad at us. Said, "We are a selfish couple and it's clear that we don't have kids of our own or else we would know what it's like and help her." She then proceeded to call us more names before grabbing the kid and storming off. What is wrong with some people, honestly? As if we would pretend to kidnap a child. People have given some suggestion to OP on this post. Let's see. First suggestion from Mad Tea Party. While working retail, I had a mother tell her child that if they didn't behave I was going to call the police and have the kid taken away. I told the kid I would do no such thing and she got pissed at me. Some people shouldn't be parents. Next suggestion from the original schmuck. I'm not telling lies to your child just because you are a good parent. Off. Edit. It makes me mad. I used to get it on duty as a copper. You'd best behave or that policeman will arrest you. I'd say to the child, "No, I won't. We are here to help you and you can speak to us if mummy or daddy are ever mean to you." It pissed right on their chips. Next suggestion from Particular Crafty. When I volunteered as a police officer, I heard parents saying the police will take you away if you don't behave or stop being naughty or stop crying, etc. I did actually have to say a few times, "Don't ever tell them that," as if they ever got lost but saw the police, then they would be too scared to approach. Next suggestion from Careful Self. I have had mothers tell their kids that if they are bad I will give them a shot, as if giving shots isn't hard enough without mom scaring them to death. I immediately tell the kids that will not happen. Next suggestion from H010CR0N. Have I helped parents with angry/upset kids? Yeah. But it's been ways that don't involve me being the bad guy. When I worked as a cashier, kids would get excited during the winter holidays. There were cameras to watch the registers. I would tell the kids that Santa could watch through the cameras to see if the kids were naughty or nice. And suddenly Timmy is no longer having a tantrum. Let's read today's second news story, posted by abbreviations Flaky. Sister-in-law freaks out because she feels my boyfriend and I are denying her child food. My boyfriend's family came to town for a week and stayed with us. We made sure to have clean towels, fresh sheets, a stocked fridge, etc. Unfortunately, 2 days after they got here, my boyfriend got laid off. Ever since then, he has been really down in the dumps and grumpy. My boyfriend's family doesn't have the best manners. They leave dirty plates behind, don't clean up after their kids' messes, and such. I tried my best to ignore it and just clean up after them when they weren't home. Today during lunch, we served lasagna. After we finished eating, my boyfriend's sister got up and started packing lasagna for her kids to have for dinner. She packed what her kids left over and was adding more on top. They weren't going to be spending the night with us, so she wanted to have a quick and easy dinner ready for them. I told my boyfriend that if there wasn't enough lasagna left, that I can order him dinner and to not worry. My boyfriend got up and asked his sister how much she was taking because he wanted to make sure that him and I also have enough food for dinner. Again, he's been very stressed about money since getting laid off. She screamed at him, "How dare you deny food for my child," and picked her things up and left. Everything escalated out of nowhere and she packed her things and went to another rental. She felt like we were denying her child of food. I began crying and ran into my room because, unfortunately, I don't do well in these types of situations. I grew up around an emotionally abusive family and these events are really triggering for me. She told my boyfriend that she did not feel welcome and she felt like we were being rude to her. Am I at fault for making her feel unwelcome? Or is she just an entitled parent? She said that I was super rude for making that initial comment in the first place, the one where I told my boyfriend to not worry if we do not have enough food left. People have given some suggestion to OP on this post. Let's see. First suggestion from after visit summary. Wait, your boyfriend got laid off and his own family is being picky about the leftovers that aren't this. Holy shit, their priorities. Please check on him. That's awful. Next suggestion from Mistiff. Your boyfriend's family. Let them pack up and don't let them back in your home. His sister is a horrendous guest and frankly a person. Next suggestion from Sock full of nickels. That would be the last time my sister visited if she pulled a stunt like that in my house. The sheer entitlement is just appalling. I'd have some choice words for her on the way out. Denying her child food. What a moronic statement. Next suggestion from just an old baby boomer. The boyfriend's sister was super rude for helping herself to the rest of your food without asking first. Your finances are tight right now, and she had no business pulling that stunt. Next suggestion from Internet Hugs. Your boyfriend got laid off, and his family is still allowing him to feed them. Holy crap. You are not in the wrong here. For sure. When your boyfriend got laid off, his family should have either packed up and got the hell out of your house, or pitched in and started paying for themselves. It's outrageous to expect a family member who has just had a job loss to continue to host you. Let's read today's third news story, posted by Taicha Rosgota. Mother has invited herself on vacation with me. I've had a crappy year so far. Scarlet fever, major car accident, going through divorce, so when I was selected for a place in Tokyo Marathon next year, I couldn't believe my luck. Honestly, I feel so warm inside just thinking about it. Then I text to my mother that I got a place in Tokyo Marathon, and immediately she started planning a trip without telling me. I spoke to her on the phone a few days later, and she spoke about hotels and flights she found. I said no worry, I'll arrange it all. I'm going to be very hotel specific the days before and night after the marathon. After that I'm going to travel to other regions. She went silent on the phone and said, but I don't want to do that. I was so confused. I asked her what she meant, and she explained how she wanted to stay in one place and not move around again. I was so confused and was like, what? She explained how she thought she'd come. I've spent the past few days explaining my initial itinerary to her, to which she just replies that she doesn't like it. I've done my best gently to convince her that I don't think this trip is for her. She hates walking, is a picky eater, is easily frustrated, gets annoyed and anxious in crowds. But not just that, I couldn't imagine leaving her alone during marathon day, which starts and ends in different parts of the city. I haven't been able to arrange anything because she is convinced she's coming. I know she won't like it. She has never expressed an interest in Japan, has even complained about Asian people. I just do not want the responsibility of dealing with her outburst and helping her regulate her emotions. I suggested we take a vacation together to Spain in the summer, and she seemed pleased, but is still adamant she coming with me. It's actually making me so stressed that I don't want to go anymore, or wish I never told her. I don't know how to let her down gently but firmly without her being upset with me. Please help, she's so entitled. People have given some suggestion to OP on this post. Let's see. First suggestion from Fabulous Tardlet. Why are you still telling her about your trip to Tokyo? Thanks for the thought, mum, but this is a solo trip. You are not 12. You don't need her permission. Next suggestion from Tropic Sand Caffeine. You get two choices. 1. Tell her your plans have changed and you are not going. 2. Tell her you have planned everything for your solo trip and you did not realize she was planning to come along. Maybe next time. Well, let her down gently. Just do it. Next suggestion from Olive Freak. I'm going to Tokyo for a marathon and to do my own things. You are free to travel there as well. We are not traveling together. I'm making my own plans and you need to make yours. Next suggestion from Super Sassy Pants. Just say no. Tell her you were sharing the good news, but it was not an invite, and you do not need the stress of catering to another person's idiosyncrasies and preferences on this trip. Also, next time, don't tell her jack in advance. Tell her a day or two before if you must, but keep things vague as to where you're staying or places you'll be in case she decided to pop up unannounced. Then be a drag saying she doesn't like your planned itinerary. Next suggestion from Jen. Mom, this isn't a family trip. You don't like crowds. You won't enjoy the food. You hate walking. You'll spend a good part of the day on your own. You will not enjoy this vacation. You and I can go to Spain next summer. I think it's best if you don't accompany me to Japan. Let's read today's fourth news story, posted by Hyperpiper. Mother doesn't care if I get kicked out of my new house. So, my mother and my youngest sister are moving to the UK in literally a few weeks. She sold my grandfather's house as it was no longer needed, but she didn't plan very well. She didn't plan a place to stay after the house was sold, as she claims. She didn't expect the house to be sold so fast, and so once the house was sold, she started staying with my oldest sister without even asking, just expecting her to let her, which they did after a grovel. Originally she was gonna make me let her and my little sister stay, but as I live in a studio apartment, bedroom, kitchen and lounge in one room, I told her it was impossible. After an argument or two she said I must keep the cats then until she can figure out a temporary foster home. She procrastinates severely, so she's being slow on that point. She hasn't even booked tickets yet. She has over a dozen cats, and she is taking 5 with her to the UK. The rest were adopted out. However, these cats aren't trained very well, and being in a studio, it clutters the place. I told her I can take a few but not all. My house doesn't allow pets, so I told her at first I can't, but then she went on a rant about how she's helped me so many times, and that it's things we do for family. I've already gotten an email from my real estate saying that they know I have cats here, and that I need to be rid of them. Luckily they're nice, as I explained my situation, that I'm just helping her out for a bit. I expected them to stay like 2 weeks. It's been almost 2 months. They have made the place smell terrible and keep scratching up my carpet stairs. They keep climbing up to the window edge and knocking things down and waking me up in the middle of the night. I've slept in because of lack of sleep and missed my uni classes so often. My partner doesn't mind cats, but when they are jumping all over us in the middle of the night, it's hard to deal with it. And the smell too. No matter how many times I clean the litter trays, one of them keeps urinating on my clothes in the wardrobe. No matter how many times I close it and try to keep it closed. At the moment the cat shelters and such are packed full, but boarding kennels can take them. I've told my mum that I can't have them and that boarding kennels are an option. But she claims that they need certain requirements, yet she hasn't even looked any up, and I have. I explained to her how they work, and she still won't listen. Anytime I try to explain any of this, she gets defensive, calling me a selfish bitch, and that this is what family does for each other. My youngest sister calls me selfish for not helping. My oldest sister calls me the same. People have given some suggestion to OP on this post. Let's see. First suggestion from Mama Bear. Tell your mom she has 1 week to figure out what to do with her cats. If she doesn't do anything, pack them up and leave them on your sister's doorstep. Alternatively, say you'll leave them at a shelter. It's her choice. You might also say your landlord has given you 1 week to get rid of the cats or you'll be evicted. It's kinda hard to argue that one. Good luck. Next suggestion from Excellent Ad. Tell both of your sisters that in that case they can have all the cats, since you are done with them and don't want to get kicked out of your apartment. If they complain, tell them the old adage of put your money where your mouth is or shut the hell up. You will need to figure out how to get rid of the cats on your own, since your mother is never going to get it together enough to do anything with them. Next suggestion from TTC. Tell your older sister that to house her if she cares so much, otherwise to shut up. Next suggestion from Houston Hinzel. This is what family does for each other. You've taken care of them for 2 months and they don't care, you'll lose your home. All of their words mean nothing. I'd vote ding dong ditch the cats at one of your sister's place. Next suggestion from McDuchess. She isn't family. She's a people user. Give her back the cats and get your apartment deep cleaned. Family look out for each other. Not everyone looks out for mom. That's not how it works at all. Thank you.